morning, this is Francesca Evans from LymeOnline, bringing you up to speed with all of this week's news from the local area. Lyme Regis Town Council has given out more than £9,000 in its annual grants to community organisations. The council received requests for a total of £13,233 from 16 local organisations in this year's round of community grants. Despite having £15,000 in the budget, which would more than cover all of the applications, 5 were refused on various grounds, with the Mayor saying it was important to consider each applicant on its own merits and not simply give away the full budget. Among the biggest beneficiaries were Axminster and Lyme Cancer Support, Lyme Regis Community Support Group, Lyme Regis Majorettes and the Roman Catholic Church. You can find a full report on the grants meeting on the LymeOnline website. The Marine Theatre in Lyme Regis was among recipients to benefit from the latest round of grants from the government's £1.57 billion Culture Recovery Fund. More than £300 million has been awarded to thousands of cultural organisations across the country in the latest round of support from the Culture Recovery Fund. The Marine Theatre, which has remained largely closed since March 2020, received £104,296, having previously benefited from £50,000 in the first round of funding last year. The second round of awards will help the Marine to look ahead and fund reopening and recovery, with outdoor events scheduled in spring and indoor events later in the year. Off-plan reservations are now being taken for new homes currently being developed in Lyme Regis. Monmouth Park is currently under development by Blakesley Estates on land between Colway Lane and Appleby Way at the top of Queen's Walk. The 47-house development will feature 2, 3, 4 and 5 bedroom homes, each with spacious living areas, level rear gardens and 2 parking spaces. Local estate agent Martin Diplock is now advertising the properties, which range in price from $325,000 for a 2-bedroom property to $895,000 for a 5-bed home. The show home will be available for viewing from summer, and off-plan reservations are now being taken, with completion expected in February 2022. Police are now appealing for more information following a recent 4-car collision in Lyme Regis in which one driver failed to stop. Police were called to the scene in Uplyme Road at 3:55 p.m. on March 26th, following reports of a collision involving a black Ford Fiesta, a silver Nissan Micra, a yellow Skoda Octavia and a grey Vauxhall Corsa. It is reported that the driver of the Skoda Octavia failed to stop at the scene and drove off towards either Silver Street or Clappentell Lane. Despite initial rumours on social media, police say there were no reports of any injuries. Anyone with information or dashcam footage should call police on non-emergency number 101. In local sport, Lyme Regis footballers were back in action over the bank holiday after a long lockdown layoff with 3 games in 3 days. The first team resumed their season with a home fixture against Devon and Exeter League Premier East leaders Fennerton and did well to hold the side to a 2-2 draw. No spectators were allowed into the ground, but a number watched the match from Spittles Lane, which overlooks the Davy Fort. The Seasiders fielded a strong side with 3 former Axminster Town players in the squad: Cameron Veer, Kieran Daniels and Tyler Wellman. Wellman gave Lyme an early lead with a close-range header, but Fennerton came back strongly, leading 2-1 before an own goal clinched a deserved point for Lyme. Lyme Regis reserves only had 11 players available for their restart game in a Division 1 East encounter at Teignmouth, losing 5-2. But they more than made up for this setback with a storming 8-0 victory over Otterton at the Davy Fort on Easter Monday. Highlight of the game was the performance of 16-year-old Josh Danes, who scored 4 brilliant goals. Brad Rowe weighed in with a brace, and Wallace Blackmore and Tom Bastin also got on the scoresheet. This weekend, Lyme travels to Poolborough in a bid to win a place in the semi-finals of the Dorset Senior Trophy, while the reserves are at home to Clyst Valley Seconds, but again no spectators will be allowed into the ground. Uplyme has no competitive games at the moment as the Perry Street League decided to void the season, but the rejuvenated Swallows are back in training with more than 30 players turning up for their first session. And finally, Lyme Regis enjoyed its second virtual Easter Bonnet Parade last weekend. The Regatta and Carnival Committee were unable to hold their usual parade due to the ongoing lockdown restrictions, but entrants sent in photos of their Easter creations, which were put together in a virtual parade video. Here's a clip to see us out this week, and you can watch the full video on the LymeOnline website. Thanks for watching.